Dear friends, today our state, Andhra Pradesh, is in a major political turmoil and chaos. The problem, as far as I understand from news coverage and some political speak, is underdevelopment of certain parts of the state due to misallocation of funds, injustice or anyayam over a period of time. The solution being proposed to the problem is a separate Telangana state governed by Telangana leaders. Before I get into the details, let me clarify that I am not affiliated to any political party or interests. My mom and her side are from Rayalaseema, and my dad and his side are from Andhra. I am born and brought up in Hyderabad, a true Hyderabadi, a Telugu bidda. Just a common man awakened by the current happenings. I am a strong believer that for any given problem, there are multiple solutions. And also let me clarify that I am not against any revolutions. Had it not been for a revolution, we, including me, would not have been free. That said, let me be a devil's advocate and ask why a separate Telangana state is the only answer for this problem, as some of the politicians are so strongly pushing for and warning bloodshed if that doesn't happen. I am a logical, rational person who can be swayed either way of an argument. Just convince me. Why a separate Telangana state is the only answer for this problem? What are the other options available? Can anyone who's part of this revolution explain? And what explorations have been done so far on those? And what are the agreements and disagreements for those options? Using the same logic of injustice, if a separate state is the only answer for every injustice done in the history of this nation, then why don't the same leaders support a separate state for BCs, SCs and STs, one for Christian minorities and then one for Muslim minorities, and let them govern themselves? And what guarantees can Mr. KCR or the Telangana JAC leaders that was formed on December 24th promise that a Telangana native from Warangal will not take advantage of another Telangana native from Adilabad? If things like that happen, would they advocate splitting Telangana into North and South Telangana? If Andhra and Rayalaseema folks, as claimed in some of the political speeches, have come to Telangana and exploited and enjoyed the fruits of an underdeveloped region like Telangana, as stated in the same speeches, well, I can't really understand what these politicians sometimes say. I'm a bit slow, So let me repeat to clarify. If Andhra and Rayalaseema folks, as claimed in some of the political speeches, have come to Telangana and exploited and enjoyed the fruits of an underdeveloped region like Telangana, as stated in the same speeches, man, this gets really confusing to understand these politicians. Using the same logic, then why can't our so-called deceived Telangana people go to the other so-called developed places in Andhra Pradesh, like Andhra and Rayalaseema, and do the same? Telangana old emanna howlagalla ravai? Are you kidding me, sir? I don't think that even Hyderabad is developed enough. What are you talking about other places in Andhra Pradesh? Romans in 200 BC were able to build aqueducts and supply drinking water to everyone in their kingdom. We are in 21st century and we still are not able to do that. And yes, even in Hyderabad. By the way, my dear politicians, the common man is not waiting for the super intelligent, power hungry, egocentric politicians to tell them where to go to make a living for themselves. If you want me to be a part of this revolution, I request whoever is part of this revolution for a separate Telangana state to be the only answer to make your point stronger about the injustices. Why don't you try to make public the financial aspects you claimed historic injustice in the state? The Congress Telangana members of the Telangana JAC will have all the papers in their hands. Why can't you make an effort to put that out? It's just a thought. Dear common man, these politicians won't call themselves out. It may be a little difficult for them to do that, cause the same fellow who is now part of this revolution would also have been part of that injustice. Yam yam. You know what I mean? Somewhere in the history. Okay, for a second, let me believe that a separate state is the only answer. If so, how do you do that? Does any of the members or any members other than the so-called leaders and their immediate reports know this? How do you divide the state? What is Mr. KCR's or Telangana Joint Action Committee know about this? Where is it? Can someone read it aloud and make it public? What is your proposal? What is your plan after you get a separate state? Why don't you talk about that? What is your vision for Telangana state once you get it? Mr. Chidambaram, one of the top finance brains, although I have good respect for you as a person, sir, you have made a blunder in your first statement by not even referring to the meeting minutes point that you mentioned in your second statement. Hindsight is always 20/20. And also, why are you the Home Minister and not the Finance Minister? Maybe that's Mr. Manmohan Singh's politics. And please ask the IAS Pillai to stick to admin work and not public statements and politics. Okay, let's get into some tangibles. Dear beloved politicians, I'm sure you know that for a business, one of the project appraisal criteria or category is political stability. Which entrepreneur in a sane mind will want to invest in this kind of place where you have once every 2 days? When you can't provide political stability now, what is the guarantee that it will be there later? Why should anyone believe you? All the political parties who are calling for bunds in Telangana, Andhra, Rayalaseema, do you even have the slightest clue on how you're affecting the future of business?